What's up, everyone? My name is Josh, and this is Josh Unboxed, and this is the Daily Grind, where I talk about certain cards that I feel have opportunity to grow. And not only that, we talk about certain strategies to help us navigate this crazy sports card market that we're in right now. Now, today's play is the point guard for the Orlando Magic, that's Markelle Fultz. Former number one draft pick in 2017 by the Philadelphia 76ers. He's in his fourth year in the league right now. And because of some freak shoulder injury, he wasn't able to live up to his number one draft pick potential when he was in Philadelphia. And many people considered him as a bust. So what I want to talk about is how I'm planning to look into Markelle Fultz. And you'll see, based on the data that I'm going to show you, is that his cards have actually been rising for the past month. And I feel that there's opportunity for it to grow. But not only that, I think there's opportunity to buy in for next year. And what I'm actually going to be looking into for myself is actually the raw cards. And we're going to pop up the pop reports, and we're going to see how low his pop reports are and how there is opportunity to buy his raw cards to get graded underneath a bulk submission and get the cards ready for next season. I think this season he's going to play really well. He's actually playing well right now. I think his shoulder injuries past him. The Orlando Magic are actually trusting him more with the ball and letting him run the show, so to speak. So because of that, I feel that there's plenty of opportunity. And, you got to think about it. There's a lot of guys that don't really blossom until their fourth or fifth year. I mean, unless you're a guy like Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, like these guys, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, like these guys are really, really great players that are phenomenal athletes. Guys like Markelle Fultz, Brandon Ingram, Zach LaVine, like those guys, Julius Randle, those guys took some time to actually build their own style of play and get acclimated to the NBA and finally start to play, great. So that's why I really think Markelle Fultz has an opportunity. And don't be surprised if he's in the running for Most Improved Player of the Year. But enough of that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to share the screen, and we're going to pop up the pop reports. All right, first up, we have here on Card Ladder, this is Markelle Fultz's base PSA 10. You can see last sold value was at $190. And if we look at the chart for the past month, you can see that it was hovering around $100 at the beginning of December. And then all of a sudden, last sale that happened was for $190. So we're almost going up $100 here from when the month started. If we go back to 3 months, you can see that he was hovering around $80 during the off season. And then now we're up to $190. I think this card has opportunity to continue to grow. Maybe not up to the levels of Donovan Mitchell or Jason Tatum, obviously, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if this card goes up to 3 or 250 at least, which is a good opportunity. And you can see here the pop report here is at 444, which is quite low. And I pulled up Jason Tatum's base PSA 10 as well, and look at that pop report. It's a 4,000 pop report, and this is sitting at 783. And for comparison's sake, I also popped up Donnie Mitchell's base PSA 10 with pop report of 3,600 and at a value of 438. Now, with Markelle Fultz, you can see that the pop is very, very low. So to me, that tells me that not many of his cards were submitted to get graded. That's why I think there's opportunity to buy some of his raw cards and get it graded. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity on that end. And we can even look at the silver PSA 9s. These ones, last sold value was at 55, but I think you'll be hard pressed to find that kind of value now. However, if we look at the month, it was at $20 in the beginning of the month. Now we're all the way up to 55 for a PSA 9 silver card, which I think is very, very undervalued. But like I said, I doubt that you're going to be able to find this card for this price anymore, because people have already priced in his performance already on his silver cards. And then you can also see here, this is the silver PSA 10. Last sold value was $625. Beginning of the month, it was actually at $350. from 350 to 625. So Markelle Fultz has been rising up, but like I'm not trying to buy silver PSA 10s right now. I'm not trying. I might look for silver PSA 9s, base PSA 10s if possible. However, my intention with Markelle Fultz is to actually try to buy raw cards and submit them underneath a bulk submission to sell for next year. So we're going to go ahead and pull up a couple of auctions here. You can see here, this is the select courtside and where it's been going at as of late, as just raw itself. So this was a $70 with best offer accepted. Previous to that, there was a $54.99. Previous to that was $49.99. This is all within the last couple of days. These two went for $94. So with the craze on courtside right now and it being pretty rare, I feel like these cards are actually good values here to purchase and grade. And then you can look at the optic cards, which was one thing I'm looking at. You can get base optic cards for like around $10 or so. This is a yellow, red and yellow that went for $12.99. Here's a red and yellow again for less than $9.95. Another red and yellow for $10.99. Here's a base for $6.99, best offer accepted. So you can probably get this card for around $10 and submit it to get graded. I think it's a good opportunity for that, as well as even the select base cards. I'm a huge fan of select. Really love the look and style of it. Here's a Premier card for $16.99. Here's a Concourse card for $11.99. So you'll see there's some great opportunities here. There's a silver here for $49.99 to buy into Markelle Fultz and get graded. And like I said, my plan and my goal is to do this and have it available for next year. I think he has the potential to be a very good player in the league. I think he just needs another season underneath his belt, and he'll do well. I also popped up the pop report for the select cards here too. So you can see his Concourse Select, this is such a low pop, 87 cards graded. And then you can also see here with the Premier, 21 cards graded. This is just base, of course. And in the courtside, only 4 graded of the base. And then here is the optic. You can see here 238 of the base optic being graded. So with that, I feel like there's plenty of opportunity for Markelle Fultz, and the kid's only 22 years old. So looking at the stats here, you can see how he's improved continually each year. This year he's at 16.4. I know we're only 5 games into the season, but I feel that after this season, his minutes played will reach above 30, and then we'll probably see him, if not this year, maybe next year, he'll end up becoming a 20-point scorer. With Markelle Fultz, I feel like there's plenty of opportunity here for him. In regards to the strategy, it's all about preparing for next year. Because right now, if I try to buy in right now, I'm going to be catching the wave up. But the opportunity for a larger profit is actually smaller. You're going to go from $190, and if the card goes to $250, yes, you make $60, which is great, out of a $190 investment within the next few months. However, my plan is to buy his Prism base cards for an average of around $20 or so, get it graded, and hopefully get some good ones that are PSA 10 worthy, get them graded, and then 8 months down the line, 7 months down the line, however long these bulk submissions take, you're going to make a very healthy profit on that. And the idea is to prepare for next year. Right now, my strategy for basketball cards, because we're in the midst of the season, is to actually buy for next year. And guys like Markelle Fultz, guys like Keldon Johnson, guys like Julius Randle, these are guys that I'm looking at for next year. And then during the season, which I'll talk about in another video, I'll talk about my strategy for some of the stars for this season and when I'm feeling the opportunity to buy them will be. Guys like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, although Luka Doncic is a different case because I don't think that it'll ever dip. I don't think his cards will dip until the offseason, and even in the offseason, it'll dip just a bit. But regardless of that case, sorry, I went off on a tangent, but I feel that Markelle Fultz is a good play. for not only the short term, but also a year from now. Much like my Fernando Tatis Jr. play that I felt like might be good for this season, but also long term. I feel that Markelle Fultz has that same versatility in his card market where you can buy now, right? Let it rise and you can sell, or you can buy raw, get them graded, wait about the 7 months or so, and then sell them for next season. Because when the hype begins again next year, people are going to start thinking about Markelle Fultz and how well he played this year and how that might translate into next year, much like how we're seeing with Brandon Ingram this year. If you look at his cards didn't really dip all too much. Now it's at a point where I think it's like $200 or so for a PSA 10 or 9, I think it is. I forget, I haven't really done the research on Brandon Ingram yet. But Markelle Fultz, I feel like is a good opportunity. Again, this is my thoughts. We just did a quick run through of his cards and trying to see if I feel it's a good buy, and I do think it's a good buy. So I'm going to be looking into his select cards, his optic cards in particular, some of his prism cards, just to get so that I could submit to grade and sell for next year. I already bought, I believe I bought a white prism Markelle Fultz for like $50 a week ago, and then I bought a couple of optic base cards that you'll probably see in the pickups video, if not this week, maybe next week. But yeah, I'm a big believer in Markelle Fultz. I feel like he has opportunity not only this year, but also next year going forward. Plus, he signed that contract extension with the Orlando Magic. So there's my play for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whether you can agree or disagree, comment down below. I feel there's an opportunity here. If you enjoyed this video and you found value in it, please consider hitting the like button. Please consider subscribing. And once again, my name is Josh, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.